Welcome to the Frequency Labyrinth. I am Adrienne McDonald, your host. This podcast is for you if you're done with surface level self-help and ready for something deeper and actually transformative. Around here, we work with ancient wisdom, human design, gene keys, and shamanic practices, not as knowledge to collect, but as tools to live by. This isn't about one size fits all. It's about learning to work with your energy, your design, and your life. This is about integration and embodiment. We go deep here with ancient wisdom, practical integration, so that you can develop ironclad self-trust. Let's get into it. Hello, beautiful humans, and welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. Today we are diving into the energy mix for the month of May. 2025 has been a lot, as I've said on the podcast before. You're not imagining it. This year has been really intense. We have been dragged and peeled and cracked open, and not in a cutesy sort of way, but in a gritty, soul level excavation initiation kind of way. And the first couple of months, I feel like we're like asking us to ask ourselves what's real, what's true. And then now May has come about and is asking, what are you going to do with all this? So let's break this down. I'm going to take you through some collective themes, the human design gates that are lighting up this month, some of the astrology that I'm watching, and then I'm going to give each human design profile a focal point for how to work with the energy. And we're going to probably wrap it up with a quest. So the collective themes. All right. So this is a month of movement, but not rooted in chaos. Not the panicky, sprinty, sludgy kind of energy that we've been detoxing from, or at least I hope you've been detoxing. I feel like I've been detoxing from. This is grounded momentum. Energy that says, okay, you got the tools, you got the clarity, now go build something that's true. Right now, all the planets are direct. Pluto does station retrograde on the 4th, but the real big news of the month is that Saturn is entering into Aries on May 25th, and that is big. And Aries is not Saturn's favorite place to be, so it's not a coddling type of energy. Saturn wants discipline and the long game, and Aries wants like, let's go. So this combo doesn't coddle. It's not gentle, but it is an opportunity, a portal to a level of mastery, perhaps. It's sustainable fire, not fire just to be shooting off things. Discipline with direction, an opportunity to turn friction into fuel. And we'll probably talk more about that later on in the month. Let's get into the gates. In human design, the sun represents our life force. It is the core theme lighting up in the collective field. When the sun moves through a gate, it activates a specific energetic frequency for everyone, whether you have that gate defined in your chart or not. If it's not defined in your chart, it's a temporary but powerful invitation to work with the theme of that gate, to notice where it's showing up in your life and how you're relating to it. Think of it like a spotlight, illuminating a particular energy so that we can see and feel and integrate it more in a more conscious way. So as we're coming into May, we have already been in the gate 24 for a couple of days, and we'll be here until the 3rd, and this is the gate 24, the gate of rationalization. The gene keys, it's addiction, invention, silence. Gate 24 is mental looping at its finest. You keep coming back to the same thought, hoping this time it'll make sense, fix something, or give you relief. And it usually does not. That is the shadow of this gate. The challenge is mistaking overthinking for insight. And the gift and this experience with this energy is the breakthrough doesn't come from thinking harder. It shows up when you stop chasing the thought, the answer, and just let it surface. when you drop into your body for the wisdom. And it usually happens when you're doing something totally mundane. It's if your brain feels like it's spinning, walk away. Do something different. Interrupt it. Let the answer find you. May 4th through the 9th, Gate 2 is the direction of self. And the gene key is dislocation, orientation, and unity. And this is inner compass energy. This is not hustle culture clarity, right? You're not, again, this is not about chasing things. It doesn't, Gate 2 doesn't really care about your 5-year plan. It asked, are you ready to receive something different? Are you even available to receive direction from something that's not on a spreadsheet? And the challenge can be about trying to force a timeline or control the how. This is really the challenge with this gate, is learning to surrender a little bit more and not trying to control the how. Because when you stop trying to micromanage the path, the right step gets really louder. It's really subtle when it comes maybe the first time, but as you move more intuitively, it becomes unmistakable. Your body knows it before your mind does, usually. I won't say usually, always. And May's message is if it feels like a dead end, you're probably pushing. Just pause and listen. Drop into your body. Let the direction come to you. Now, May 10th through the 15th, we will be in gate 23, which is the gate of assimilation. And the gene keys, this is complexity, is the shadow, simplicity is the gift. And this is the energy of distilling complex ideas into something clear and impactful. Not dumbing it down necessarily, it's about boiling it down. And the challenge may be that you feel pressure to over-explain yourself, especially if you felt misunderstood in the past, or you may second-guess whether anyone will get it. So you talk yourself out of speaking at all, right? But the gift here is simplicity with precision. Gate 23 doesn't need to convince, it just lands. So when you are clear on what you know, you don't really need a script. The right words drop in at the right time, because this is all about cultivating that ironclad self-trust. So if you find yourself rambling, chasing tangents perhaps, or trying to prove your expertise, hit the pause button. Just take a breath and ask, what's the one true thing I need to say right now? Because your clarity is going to speak louder than your explanation could ever. So then on May 16th through the 20th, gate 8, which is the gate of contribution. In the gene keys, this is mediocrity is the shadow, style is the gift. Gate 8 is the energy of putting your unique stamp on things. It is not about volume or visibility. It's really about the energetic vibe. This gate asks, are you offering your truth or performing to someone else's version of quote-unquote success, right? The challenge may be holding back your expression because you're afraid it won't be well received, or trying to package yourself a little bit more to be, normal or acceptable. But the gift is your power, your real power is in your style. It is the way you, only you, can do you. So when you stop editing yourself to fit in, your presence starts to really actually influence others, and you become more magnetic. So when this energy is going on, stop waiting for permission. Say it, wear it, make it however you want to, because I can't say the word today. All that compiles you contributes to the frequency of who you are. And then May 21st to 26th will be in gate 20, which is the gate of now. And in Gene Keys, the shadow is superficial, and the gift is self-assurance. And this is probably one of the most embodied gates in the system because it's all about like real-time truth. It's not planning, it's not prepping, it's being 100% in the presence, being here. And gate 20 invites you to stop narrating your life and actually live your life. The challenge is getting stuck in distraction and over-preparing or thinking ahead to avoid discomfort. And the gift is when you drop into your body, your voice carries authority. Your presence carries authority. You don't need to plan to be powerful. You don't need a plan to be powerful, I should say. You just need your presence. And in May, during this time, you don't need to predict the outcome. Speak from where you are. This is a throat gate. There's a lot of throat gates later on in May. Move from what you feel. That's the power. So May 27th to wrapping up the month on the 31st will be in gate 16, which is the gate of skills. And the shadow is indifference, and the gift is versatility in Gene Keys. Now, this gate is all about showing up and sharpening what you're good at. Not for gold stars, not for a viral moment, but because repetition builds real confidence. It's less follow your passion and more like keep doing what you need to do, even when it's boring. So the challenge could be getting distracted, jumping to the next shiny thing, or quitting before it clicks. And there's some discernment there you have to know, right? And when you drop into your body, if you drop into your body, it's going to be easier to tap into that intuitive discernment. Versatility becomes a strength when you stop trying to be great at everything and start really refining what matters to you. And so when this energy is activated in May, maybe take a beat and stop switching lanes for a moment. Pick something and get really good at that something. So by profile, let's look at maybe something each profile can think about on focus this month. So the 1-3s, this is giving me resilient researcher vibes. You've been gathering data and licking wounds, and now you got to apply it. This month is testing your foundation pieces. Let what didn't work refine, but not define you. So what practice can you commit to, maybe for the next 30 days, to see what's possible? My 1-4's out there. This is giving the stabilizer with vision. Your core relationships need to reflect your evolving values, and they probably have evolved since the beginning of the year. Be intentional about who you're building with, who reflects your deepest values, not just your surface identity. 2-4, the natural influencer. You need to drop the guilt about needing more space. Your energy is the offering. So simplify, unplug, trust your inner rhythm, and ask, what if being a little less available is your power move this month? The mystic messenger, my 2-5s. You know things that others don't. You don't need to prove it. Let your frequency do the talking and wait for the right openings. Like, what do you feel like is ready to be shared right now? Not needing to sell it, not need to explain it, just what feels right to share. 3-5s. My fellow 3-5s, the alchemist. We're getting alchemist vibes this month. We have survived enough trial and error right now. This whole year has been a lot of trial and error for us. Particularly if you're my fellow Cancer risings out there. Hello. Now, it's time to build, to pick up the thing, to say yes, and forge something. Start to forge something in May. Like, where are you being called to show up with like seriously messy courage? Because that's what you're going to need. Okay, my 3 6s out there. I feel like May is all about integrity for you. And there may be some moments of testing your leadership. And you need to make sure that you're moving with integrity. What is sustainable now isn't what was sustainable before. Like, there's been some composting. What wisdom do you carry now that wasn't accessible a year ago or even 6 months ago? I feel like that's rising. So 4 6s, getting vision holder vibes. You've done some serious inner rewiring. And this month, maybe the month to start planning it and rooting it in the community. Offer your voice. Shape culture with presence, not perfection, because it's not about perfection. It will never be about perfection. Where can you gently lead? And you're going to, like, this feels like nourishing consistent nourishment. Like, what needs to be consistently nourished? Where in the community does that need to be done? The 4-1, the trusted advisor, the trusted anchor. Like, you're being called to hold steady in amidst the uncertainty. This is your season because this is your season to become the grounded one, especially for others. Like, what structure or ritual is going to keep your center intact while others around you may be a little, still maybe on a little shaky ground. 5-1, the catalyst with roots. Okay, you need to stop rescuing. You need to start building. May is asking you to walk your talk and leave the projection field behind, right? What are you creating that doesn't require anybody's approval or anyone? And this needs to be something that, like, you're all in for, that you're really all in, not something that somebody's expecting you to do. 5-2s, magnetic messenger. Your words carry power, but only if they're coming from a place of deep integrity, like embodied truth. And this month, no posturing. Speak from your rooted self. What are you, like, where are you still trying to convince instead of express? That's what I would be asking myself. 6-2. All right, this is like the integrated elder, depending on your age, or the integrated elder in training. This month is probably really going to activate maturity, but you don't have to rush the expression. You can be a mirror, you can be a pause, you can be, your presence can teach. So what do people feel when you walk in the room? Like, that's your impact. And if you are under, say, 40, this is an opportunity to play with that. Because remember, you're up until about age 40, you're really a 3. So experiment a little bit. Like, see how people are reacting to you. And then the 6-3. This is the embodied wisdom keeper, you know. All of that wisdom that you've gathered or continuing to gather is not wasted. This, you may have a greater than average opportunity in May to really take those lessons and show leadership in certain areas. So what parts of you are you really ready to trust more to take that message out into the world? All right, so that was our profiles. Now, let's do something a little different this month, because again, this is the month of May is all about bringing something into form, okay? So this month, let's do a quest. And our quest is choose a single stone. It can be a crystal if you want, if you're a crystal human. Hold it in your hand. Name it after what you're building. Something real, steady, something really worth your effort. And place it somewhere that you'll see every day. Not as a trophy, but more as a touch point, a tether, a physical reminder that what you're creating deserves care and devotion, not chaos. And each time you feel the urge to overdo or overthink or overextend, some of that stuff creeps in, touch the stone, touch the crystal. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And ask yourself, am I honoring what I said I'm building? This is your anchor. This is one stone, one promise, one quiet yes. It is the touchstone, no pun intended, for the month. So that is your May energy map. Little mix. The sky is shifting. You are not who you were at the start of the year, and that is the point. This month isn't about pushing harder. It's about deeper practice, more embodied movement, more building from what's real, creating from what's real. So take what resonates, leave the rest, and trust your frequency to show you the next step. As always, thank you for listening. Tune in next week as I'm going to be diving a little bit more into the actual what the Frequency Labyrinth synthesis is. So until next time, remember to find beauty every day and seek the magic in the mundane. Thanks for tuning in today. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. Let whatever landed move through you in whatever way it needs to or wants to. And also, if you want to explore more, you'll find more information in the show notes. If this episode stirred something in you, please share it out or leave a quick review. It helps so much and I really appreciate it. And remember, this work is about integration, and it always starts with self-trust.